What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? My peeps, my peoples, we are in the building, peep squad. What's good with y'all? How y'all doing on this hot Saturday, baby? There's a whole lot going on out here in these streets, especially when we talk about the Supreme Court justice. They gonna overturn Roe versus Wade. Like, what's going on? Like, OMG. Like, we are really living in a time where we have no say or no control over our body. Somebody else is making that decision. I thought this was America. I thought this was the USA, baby. The land of the free. So I guess it's not even like that, like it's supposed to be. Okay. And now we got them talking about overturning, other Supreme Court cases. Like, what's going on in this situation? Like, there is, just too much happening, just too much going on. These Supreme Court justices are just sitting here doing whatever they want to do and basically making choices and decisions for us. They want to overturn separate but equal. They want to have segregation back. They want to overturn them cases as well. And they also want to question contraception and, how can you use it, when you can use it, and when one that you can use, and birth control too as well. So there's so many things that they want to monitor. I mean, like, come on, can we get drugs off the street? Okay. Can we remove, like, no one should be hungry and there should be, no people that are impoverished. Could we work on that first before we work on controlling somebody's body? Like, what's going on? They're talking about reversing gay marriage, segregation and everything separate but equal. And, just a whole bunch of situation, also controlling what type of birth control that we are going to be on. I never thought in my life I would see this. My mom told me stories about the girls back in the day down south had to go around here, had to go around there, had to go down the alleyway, back alley, and things of that nature to get procedures done. But there are still some states that are letting you to be able to make the right to choose. So there's a few states, because basically they overturned the case, so that means it's up to the state and everything else what they want to do, if they want to ban it or they want to legalize it in their state, or if they want to put stipulations as well. So there's a lot of stipulations. There's some sanctuary states as well where women can go to and seek refuge. But it's crazy all the way together. Like, I never thought I was going to see this, y'all. Like, for real. What's going on, Miss T? How you doing? What's going on, Norris? How you doing? What's popping with y'all? So it's like so much craziness going on. We got Summer Walker. She's pregnant again. She got another baby on the way. Hopefully this baby daddy be good to her. She done left one hot skillet and jumped into another hot skillet. But congratulations, girl. Have a healthy baby, okay? And, there's a whole lot going on. And we are going to talk about this. When it comes to the versus battle, I have all the clips cut out and everything. It's just my allergies. So I'm going to probably do that on the other channel and not this one. It was some outrageous things that were said. And Marion was being accused by Mario of some egregious things. I'm not talking about petty things. I'm talking about egregious things. Okay. So let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. What's up, Stacey Nelson TV? Louisiana is banning it. That's so crazy. I know. California, Rhode Island, and some other places, or sanctuaries. New York is going to be a sanctuary, things of that nature. Like, it's so crazy. Omarion and B2K fighting on IG. Yes, I know, so crazy, for real. But it was off the chain. So we definitely going to get into that and all the cut up parts. And Ray J, like, Ray J, you need to stop doing what you do. You see Princess sitting there next to Ray J, she stopped every time you turn around. She's on Instagram. I'm gonna leave him, girl. You don't want to be broken poor, so let's just stop. Okay, let's just stop. And Ray J, he got his ass handed to him. They show him no respect, baby. So let's get down to Love and Marriage Huntsville season 4 episode 14. It's going down. We see Martell. He's all in his white, baby. He's trying to look like a nice little Hershey bar wrapped up in white gift paper, baby. He's trying to look good, but Martell is a mess. He is a trip, y'all. Like, Lord him Mercy, Melanie, I don't know what you've seen in this man, girl, but now I got the story correct. So before you even got married to this man, you was 22 years old. You had somebody planning your wedding, and she basically is on a three-way call with you and Martell, and she's telling you that she don't want to be a part of your wedding because he's out here cheating. He been cheating. He's been trying to get her secretary or whoever works for her assistant's phone number while he's supposed to be saying I do. Like, it was always meant to fail. It was never meant to work. Mel must have been holding everything together. She must have been stitching. She must have been gluing. She must have been cutting. She must have been pacing. She must have been stitching, sewing, and everything to keep that marriage going, because he started off on the wrong feet. He started off, wanting to do him like he's about to get married. He gonna cheat, and he's cheating. He's being accused of cheating. That was a sign. That was an omen, baby. But in any event, Mel got them beautiful kids out that marriage. Her and Martell had some good times and things of that nature. Is just how they pick up the pieces. But he's shown enough a dog and been a dog. Like, Lord have mercy. I don't even know how she did it in this situation. Yeah, he got the Coming to America fur girl on. He was like, welcome to my kingdom. He got some cuckoo, some hoo-hoo, some la-la. He definitely did. So any event, we got so they're in Atlanta celebrating. They went to the strip club last night and everything. So we got Chris Fletcher. He's in the building. And this is the person that, Marsau was supposed to go to, Atlanta with when, that picture of his back was taken. And you already know he said he denied. So Marsau is just, it's just too much going on. And another crazy thing is the word out on the street. Where's your girl, Stormy? Your girl Stormy is out here following Ariane Carey, Coleslaw. She is following her on Instagram. Like, what's going on? Like, Stormy been doing some questionable things, baby. Stormy been out here, like, co-signing the Scots, co-signing, what's her name? Mama Wanda, and everything's co-signing her food. Talking about she was kicking ass and taking names later. She was, fixing the plate, cutting up the plate, cussing people out and everything. That's how you do it. And basically talking about, I ain't the only one ghetto here. So she basically calling everybody ghetto. She's supposed to be Mel's friend. Okay. And so now she's following Ariane Curry. Allegedly, that's the rumor out here in these streets, girl. You done already got all the strikes. The strikes are already here. So, I guess Tiffany is a better friend. I guess Tiffany's a better friend. But in any event, we have Marsau, while he's over there chilling over there with, Martell at his wine tasting, he sees Keisha. And Keisha, he introduced himself to Keisha with the purple hair. And the cameras cut back to her about twice. He introduced himself. I was like, okay, like, it'd be rude if you stand next to a woman, you don't introduce yourself. But if the other men introduce themselves, you can tell that he was, feeling like she looked good. Okay. And she does look good. So it is what it is. But hopefully he kept it in his pants. But if he didn't, it don't matter, because what Tisha gonna do? The doctor done told Tisha that she crazy. You let that man go to Africa and not bring the kids, and you gonna make excuses for him and say it was the last minute, girlfriend. Okay. And the doctor said, girl, it's not the last minute. It was the last minute he told you, but he's been planning. That's not the type of trip you just say, I want to go to Atlanta, like he, does frequently, and say it's business, allegedly. So in any event, when it comes to that situation, the doctor was sitting there telling her, girl, you just let it be. Like, this was something that, it was a plan. It wasn't last minute. And then why did you just let it go? She goes, I just, he said he needed his time to himself. And see, that's what I'm talking about. It's a codependent relationship. He depends on you to accept and do everything and basically hold everything together so he can go for a whole month to Africa and leave you with the kids, and you hold it down when he previously supposed to take you to Africa and take your kids. I think it was shade when Monique Samuels and Chris, her husband, went to Africa with the kids. I believe that they were throwing shade at you guys, or the network was throwing shade at y'all. Okay, in my opinion. What y'all saying? Let me see. Yeah. Poor Ray J, his voice was going. He was terrible. But I still love all the songs. All the songs were hits. She must be a valuable customer. You already know. Facts. So you already know she's more than valuable. But in any event, Tisha done already went through the footage and everything to see who he was talking to and everything to find out. So, this is Sam Holt, which is Martell's uncle, and Sam is basically there because the name of the wine is Inez, and so therefore, it's his mother and it's her legacy. So he came there, he showed up, and he went. I don't know if he came from Atlanta, he came from Huntsville or whatever, but he's there with a port, and then nobody else is there that's representing the Holts but him. And Martell, ignorant as does his ignorant shit. Like Martell, like definitely deserves to be single and should be single. And in any event, it comes down to Mr. Lou. Mr. Lou's in the situation, and he basically starts to mingle. And he goes, "How you doing?" to some girl. It's not this girl right here. And he goes, "How you doing?" And she was like, "Oh, it's good to see you again." Was he getting some poo-tang in the mansion? Like, what's going on? Because now I got that story backwards. I thought Tiffany was the freak. No, Lou is the freak. Lou want to get it in all day. He want more than what he getting at home, but homegirl don't like you. That's why she ain't giving it to you. It is what it is. But in any event, so I wonder if he got his little thing on. And then we got Martell. He's getting big up. This is his. This is the original Mel. Allegedly, this is the number one Mel. This is the Mel that went to school with Martell. They've been knowing each other forever. This is the wedding planner. And she ended up, basically quitting his wedding because he was out there cheating, and she put him on Front Street. And look how he looking at her all seductively. She's like, "You can do it. Look, we at a mansion right now. We celebrating you." He was like, I didn't know I could do it. Somebody got to build his ass back up because he burnt down his own house. You know what I mean? So he don't know how he was going to pick up the pieces. He's so used to Mel carrying him and carrying everything. None of the new girls that he with could carry even a letter or, a slice of cheese or some, pomegranate or a slice of bread to Mel. How she treated this man and had him on a pedestal and had his life easy. That he got to look for outside help. A woman that he would get it in, would have probably have. But in any event, she basically told Mel that you was cheating, and if you wasn't cheating, then you should be like, "Yo, why did you try to destroy my wedding? Like, what's up with that?" And then now I'm having you in charge of my career. So 9 out of 10, she was telling the truth, and he respects her because she didn't fall for his game, and she let Mel know that your husband's out here, your fiance's out here trying to get with the girls at my job, or she wanted to get with him, or whatever the case may be. Whatever it is, her and Martell made up in the situation. But in any event, you know what I mean? Like, I would be feeling a certain type of way if you lied on me and you try to destroy my first wedding, my first marriage, and then on top of that, it's not true. I don't know if I could be rocking with you and have you on a TV show with me. So she must have been telling the truth. Okay. And he must forgive the situation because he done call her back and she's his manager and she's handling everything. He always needs a woman. He want to treat women like dirt and act like they ain't valuable. Look how valuable Mel is. He had to go contact another Mel to try to halfway fulfill the duties that she was doing. But in any event, I'm glad he got somebody to build him up. Okay. I know. They did, Miss T. They definitely did. Martell is not a speaker, and he really needs to take up speaking classes. He got up there and made a fool of himself. He did, Danielle. Martell, she was cheering him on. "What's up, LSW? How you doing? LSW, how you doing?" Martell could at least have called his uncle up and it's to the front with the rest of the guys that don't even know his grandmother. Oh, no problem, Stacy Nelson TV. It's all good, baby girl. Wrong African shade. Too much, Miss T. Ray J needs a microphone away and go home with his wife and kids. Lord have mercy. Norris, you are too much. Too funny. Okay, so moving on from that situation. So we have Marceau. He's basically over here, baby. He was like, "Let me put my wedding ring on." Why you gotta say stupid stuff like that? Why you gotta be stupid like that? Like, you know what I mean? You just standing there next to a woman. So why do you have to say you have to put on your wedding ring? Oh, for the cameras, or to let the woman next to you know that you was married, but you willing to dip? Because you don't really wear your ring like that, or you trying to basically just put it out there that he might want to do something. Like, he's his own worst enemy. Your wife says you was out here depressed. You causing your own depression because you out here acting a fool, a complete plumb fool, for no reason at all, just to get clicks and views. Then when you get your clicks and views and people talking about your ass, you get mad and get upset and want to threaten people and get lawyers and stuff like that. Okay, but there was no need for you to say, "Let me put my wedding ring right on," unless he is shading Maurice, because Maurice is standing next to the ladies. And I don't know, Kimmi is blind. Kimmi's blind. Everybody, it seems like Marceau and Melanie been warning her that, there's something ain't right with Maurice. Something happening with Maurice that ain't good, because every time this whole trip, you have Marceau basically throwing shade as far as, oh, foggy memory. I hope your fun don't include cheating, and oh, I had to stop you guys for hollering at them girls, at the strip club, all these things he's saying to Maurice. And then you got Melanie saying, like, you trust everything. So basically, is she gonna be the next one that the wool is going to be lifted up off her eyes, baby? Because they throwing the shade at your girl. They throwing it at you, but she ain't trying to hear it. She thinking somebody feeling a certain type of way because they got divorced. You think Melanie's feeling a certain type of way because they got divorced. And Marceau, why would you do that to your brother? Why would you do that to Kimmi? But they get down like that. So it is what it is. These ladies accept it. They love it. Ooh, we like it. Martell comes up with his outfit on. I ain't gonna lie, the outfit's all right, but it is coming to Africa Amunda. But in any event, he calls everybody up, but he don't call. There's only one other Holt in the room, and you don't call him up, and that's your grandmother's. I mean, that's your grandmother's son. Like, you could at least call her up. You don't even, you kind of cool with Lou. You don't really know you flesh is there, and you got the two brothers that been, you guys been daggling and throwing daggers at each other, but you don't call your uncle up because he's selfish. He's full of himself. It's a TV show. I want these guys around me. This is that. Or he was under the influence, but he ignorant and he's just self-absorbed, and that's his problem. That's why he got caught up there in these streets. That's why he's having kid. That's why he had a kid out of wedlock, and all that turmoil that is going on in that situation, that he had to contract another Melanie to build him up, to get him out here to do what he's supposed to do. Okay, because if not, he would be somewhere sinking, because it hurts to see when your ex is doing way better than you and don't even need you, don't even miss you, and everything that you need as far as work, as far as insurance, as far as a whole lot of things, you needed your wife for it. And then Marceau is basically saying, hey, listen, I don't really expect much from Martell speaking, because he's not usually the one that speaks. It's usually Melody. Mel, she's usually the one that holds it down, and she's the speaker, and she's the star of the family. And he was just, holding on to her coattails. And we know he was. And he should have picked up something. Instead of picking up some punani, he should have picked up some characteristic that he loved and he enjoyed and he respect from his ex-wife. But in any event, so he couldn't speak worth a damn. And then on top of that, Martell's he's on tours, and he think the cocky attitude is going to help him. Like, baby, you did you've been cheating from the beginning. Like, but the next time around, he's gonna be different, because Mel is teaching him a lesson he's never gonna forget. Never forget. Because when he first got caught cheating with Coleslaw, she tried to keep it on the hush hush. She took him back and tried to work it out. Before she even got married, the woman Melanika came to her and said, your fiance is a cheater. I don't think you should get married. He's flirting with this. She still trusted and believed in him. So how can he say that she never believed in him and she never trusted him? Because she did. She let him lead. And when he led them down. He led them into quicksand. He led the family to quicksand. And she had to hurry up and pull the family up and keep it moving. And he's sitting out here still trying to find himself, trying to flirt with women, act like, oh, he's a bachelor, he's balling out here, he got baby mamas in the streets and shit like that. Like, you totally embarrassed your legacy. It's a shame. It's a shame. Let me stop. And so then Martell, he's basically finna take a picture. He's about to take a picture with this woman, and he goes, "Act like you love me." Like he's just so corny. He just want act like you love me because she's taking a picture with him. I mean, he'll just jump in the bed with anybody. Anybody can just turn him on. Like he's just so quick and so here to go. It's just like And so the uncle and him get into the argument. Martell is mad ignorant. The uncle comes out to try to talk to Martell and try to tell him how he feels. And Martell's like, "You better not ever, we on national TV. You better not ever do that. Don't do that." So Martell is telling his uncle this. He's talking mad reckless. The uncle looked like he wanted to go in, but he didn't want to beat you up, Martell. And then Martell's trying to grab on him and follow him outside and try to be physical with his own uncle. The uncle's like, "Yo, I'm cool." Yeah, because he know uncle was going to Uncle get to that car. Uncle was gonna clap. Sir. So, and we got the Scots, and then you have Blue, and you have Chris Fletcher. They're over there saying, talking about the speech, how bad it was, how terrible it was. And Maurice is basically saying, well, it's not really his fault. Maurice is always copping blankets, copping love, copping everything for Martell. I don't know what Martell got on you, but you be copying all day. So Martell is outside, arguing with his uncle, talk about, man, what the F, dude. Martell is out here just being wild. And then Sam says, "Do you think I give a S?" And then Martell says, "Do you know who the F I am?" So Martell's trying to fight his uncle outside, y'all. This dude is dressed up in all white shoes on, white down to the drop with the fur and everything. And he's out here trying to fight his uncle, knowing the cameras is out there. He got no self-control. This mother sucker is crazy. Like, I'm starting to think that a lot of guys, allegedly the ones that, got the physique in the body and they make transformation really fast. It's them steroids and it's that, testosterone and them things that they use and all types of stuff to get their body to be where it is. It caused some things because this dude is basically acting a fool with his uncle at this place in the mansion. Like he forgot about the party. He's out here trying to roll, trying to fight. Like, what's going on? This is crazy. What's up, Danielle? Oh, yes, she did. You are absolutely right, LSW. Just like his mom. Yo, Danielle. Well, he was tipsy just like his mom be. They all done. This Martell was in his mom's. Okay, so I get what you saying, boy. You calling them out. Maurice flip flop tonight. Yes, he did. He always flip flop tonight. It's called a narcissist. Thank you. He was mad at girls, but he could have been drunk. Some people get angry when they get too drunk. Lord, like I'm like, this dude was like, you trying to fight your uncle? Like he's talking about we're on national TV, forgot all about that, just lose his mind. This is how he get trick out of everything because he ended up going one way when he should be focused on this and that. Three things, multitask, handle his uncle. I'm sorry, I apologize, I'll make it up. You want to come back in and say a speech? You know what I mean? You want to say something, we'll have another toast, things of that nature. But he gonna go outside and fight his uncle, cuss his uncle out, and wanna go ham on his uncle. This man is these dudes be crazy. But he's clean. He's all dressed. Like I'm telling you, he's so full of himself, baby. But that's all right. He's leaving the house. They're about to jump in the Sprinter, jump on a bus, or whatever they gonna do. And everybody else got on regular attire. Martell comes out dressed like this, like somebody just left his bedroom. Like, God. Like this man be doing too much. So in any event, you have that going on. Then we get to Lou. We get to Lou's situation where Lou just wants some sex. He just wants to hit it. We got Tiffany over here acting like she's mad. She's upset because he's talking about their sex business and things of that nature. Well, girl, you lied because when you were sitting in that call with Mel, And you said, what could he possibly be angry about? Because I'm giving him this, I'm giving him that. You said you named all the major things that you're supposed to do, in one night, okay? And you said, are you giving that to him often? And he said he ain't even getting it. So basically, you don't even want to sleep with this man. You ain't even sleeping with this man. Like, what's the issue? What's the problem? Like, can we go to counseling and find out? I thought you had this conversation with Mel that you want to do things differently, that you're going to have this conversation, find out what's your turning point, what's your on number, what's your get with it number, what's your drop it low number, all that other stuff. But yet now you're criticizing him because he's speaking about it. Well, you should have effed him before he left. As soon as he came in the house, you should have gave him some too as well. But you don't want to sleep with him. Why? Find out why. Are you disgusted? Are you not turned on because he don't got Monte? Is he not the love of your life? Is there some issues that's going on personally and back of your head that you need to get worked out so you can feel like you want to pleasure your husband? But other than that, now you're going to diss the man because he's talking about your business. I'll be mad too, though. I'll be mad too. Out here telling people that I don't even know my business. But baby, you out here lying, talking about you want a baby. How you gonna get a baby? Or he wants a baby, acting like you gonna make time for a baby. You can't even make time to get none of that boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Like, girl, like, I don't know. You just look very crazy. But I'm gonna have to choose you over Stormy because at least you ain't do no fake ish like Stormy been doing. Stormy, I don't know what's going on with you, baby. But don't let this TV stuff get to your head. And I don't know what to tell you about Tiffany and Lou. Lou, you need to move on. Lou, you need to get a divorce and you need to find somebody that loves you for you. You need to find somebody that want to be with you, somebody that want to talk to you. Because one thing Lou did say, okay, we have this conversation and we talk about it, but what do I supposed to do after when you don't respond, when you act like we never had the conversation? So basically, she has these bullshit conversations with him to pretend like, oh, she's going to do this, she's going to do that, blah, 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 and not working on herself to find out why she don't want to be intimate with her husband. Were you like this with other guys? Is he the only one you like this with? What is stopping you from giving him that nookie nookie ookie ookie kookie kookie? Like, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? Then you just avoiding him and being very avoidance of the situation. Like, I would be pissed off too. So this is probably why he can go out there and get some, because she don't care. She don't care. She's trying to get that bank account. She's trying to get that money stack, or maybe she has regrets because she left her soulmate because he didn't have no money and he's not here no more. So therefore, she's left out, and she married a man that she don't really want to be married to. But in any event, at least tell the man, at least let him know what's up. Like, I would be very frustrated in that situation. Then we got Kimmi acting like she don't care that Maurice was out here knowing she don't believe nothing he said, but she gonna hold on to it. She don't want to be embarrassed again. She don't want no surprises. And she's questioning about what he did, how he did it, who he did it with. You better tell me the truth, because if you don't tell me the truth, baby, the blogs is gonna tell me. Like, damn, that's a shame that if you don't tell me the truth, the blogs are gonna tell me, because you don't even trust your husband to tell you the truth. Or you gonna sit here and act like dumbfounded when Mel is talking to you and saying like, yo, you need to question some of these things. But in any event, she don't want to question us. She want to be blind, baby, blind to the fact. Her and Tisha love being blind to the fact, and their husband loves that they are blind to the fact. Baby, they happy with where they at. But Maurice also said next episode, Kimmi says there's something I could do better. And he said, yeah. And then he instantly stopped because she was like, what? And he just said sex. So you got him having this conversation with you saying that, when you have married couples, sex usually go out the window. So is he letting you know that he wants some sex? Because, Maurice definitely said to Tisha, if she ever thought about not giving him no coo, it was going to be over. So in any event, so we have this conversation and they're talking. She was like, please tell me the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Because if not, it's going to be online. It's going to be on the blogs. And, she said, give it to me straight. And he goes, there was some girls around. We went to the strip club, but I didn't really do nothing. She was like, so did you touch? Did you feel? And he was like, what do you mean a touch? What do you mean? And, he was like, maybe I touched, maybe I tapped, maybe I did this. And he was like, I don't want to misconstrue your idea of touch and my idea of touch. So basically he's letting you know he was all down the G-strings, up the G-strings, off, butt slapping, jumping, doing everything. You know what I mean? Acting like he just didn't come from vacation with you. That's what he was acting like. Y'all was acting like y'all had crazy mad love and made love in Mexico. It was everything. He get to the strip club, he couldn't keep his hands off. Okay, what a shame. But that ain't your fault. That's just, just him not, it is what it is. You got a Scott, so it's gonna be what it's gonna be, baby. And especially when you are Kimmi and you're the okay Kimmi. And so in any event, Maurice, basically tried to throw himself out the hot seat. And then he wanted to say, well, did you know Martell? His new manager, Melanika, he calls her Melanie number one, Melanie 1.0, and he calls Melanie 2.0. Okay, I was like, Lord, there's a whole lot going on. And so I was just like, yep. Marceau tells, Tisha the same thing too as well. I'm just like, Lord, this is crazy. And then, Kimmi and Maurice, they talk about Lou and their situation. She goes, yeah, I heard they had problems, and they was talking about sex. So it seems like the couple's gonna get there to, them being needy for sex. So we got that situation. And going down. He was like, yeah, there was a couple of bottles. There was some dances. And so Kimmi was like, oh, for real? She can't wait to run and tell Mel that, oh, she made her face up too. I was like, Kimmi, you're a mess. And so, that's basically, and he was like, I wasn't caressing anybody. I wasn't caressing anybody like that or doing that. She was like, oh, so you guys went to the rage room. They talked about that situation, sexless marriages. And Marceau basically let it be known. Marceau let it be known from Jump Street. He said, girl, the question is, why do like, oh my God, I can't believe he gave all that up. Why would he do that for some sex? Is sex really that important? And Marceau said, yes, it is. It's a deal breaker. Marceau said, it's a deal breaker, ladies. So if he ain't getting his, whatever wet and taken care of, it's a problem. He goes, yes, it's a deal breaker. And then he said he can't believe Kimmi, not Kimmi, but Tiffany and Lou. I would never tell nobody that nonsense that we ain't having sex. I would never be in a marriage that is sexless. Sex is very important. Marceau was like, sex is very important. And he said to Tisha, if sex is important to you and sex is not important to me, well, you should not care if I go and outsource somebody else or something else. I was like, Lord, he's telling Tisha, girl, if whenever the times you better hope, whenever he wanted, you can't get it, he's gonna outsource. Okay. But it can't be a day or two, Marceau. How much you need it? Can she get a week off? Can she get a month off? Like, can she get some time off? And then, Tisha saying, well, the ladies, we got to raise the kids. We got to do this. We got to do that. And he was like, I don't want to hear none of that. And he's making these faces like when she talks, it's like, oh God, why are you even speaking? Just listen to me talk. I'm like, I couldn't even do it, y'all. I couldn't do it. What y'all saying? Well, my peeps and I don't care for fur. Yeah, Martell definitely tipsy. He was mad aggressive, but he could have been drunk. Some people get angry when they Danielle Davis, Tiffany. That's what Miss T. Danielle Davis. Tiffany is getting tired of you, Big Lou. Tiffany's been tired. I smell a storyline. Too much of a storyline. Lou loves her, yep, but she don't love his ass. He needs to leave and find somebody that's gonna love him and satisfy him and please him. Okay? He needs to get divorced first and go find some real love and make some babies like he want, because she ain't gonna give him to him. Okay? Danielle, Maurice thinks he is so slick. I remember last episode he was time. Marceau, he had a hard time keeping Kimmi off of him doing their vacation, so he needs more sex. Oh yeah, he did say that. He did say that. It was so furious. Maurice giving me, I don't know what production crashed her on film. Yes, yes. Lord, so yes, he don't know. Excuse me. He was like, if they said I was caressing or doing this, I wasn't doing that. That's so true. He did not know. He don't know what was called, who got video camera. He was trying. He is such a liar. It's a damn shame. Maurice think he is so slick how he needs so much sex. When last episode he told Maurice while he was on vacation he couldn't keep Kimmi off. I know now he needs sex. Oh God, I know. Well, Marceau is a damn fool if he's giving up a it woman for a Lord have mercy. I was speaking of Mel versus Coleslaw since that was Maurice was referring. Okay, my bad. Okay, I thought you were saying something else. Oh Lord have mercy. But when it comes to this whole situation, it's crazy. So in any event, so they're having this conversation, and basically when it comes to Marceau, he basically saying that he needs to get it, and teacher saying, well, we got these jobs, we got to do this as a kid, we got blah blah blah. You won't you help out? Won't you rub my feet? Won't you do this? Won't you do that? And he basically said, yeah, right. And so he didn't even agree to that. And when Marceau said, I wouldn't even tell nobody that nonsense that Lou told us. I fell on the floor when Marceau said that. He said, I wouldn't tell nobody that nonsense. I was like, he was trying to confide in you guys. He think you're his friends. He's having trouble at home. Like, Lord. And Tisha was like, I don't know what's going on with Lou and Tiffany. It's not like they got small kids. So Tisha was throwing shade like girl, like she don't got small kids like that. Like I got small kids. Like I got small kids. I got to do this. I can do that. They don't got no children at home, in the house or whatever. So she don't understand the problem or the situation. Tisha said she don't understand. She don't get it. Marceau said, he said, it's a fail. Marceau said, it's a fail. It's a fail situation. And he don't want no part of that situation. He don't want none of that happening to his marriage. And basically he's saying he don't want to be going down divorce, and he doesn't want these ramblings about negative and bad relationships like the other couples have. So him and Tisha are basically on the same page when it comes to, they want to have that pristine marriage, have the best marriage on the show, the best couple that they can show off in front of the public. They can show off in front of Tisha's friends, and Marceau can show off in front of his friends, basically saying that Tisha would do anything and everything. She is my zoo girl. So you already know. So they had that conversation, and she mentioned that she don't want her marriage to be like these other people. And Marceau mentioned that tonight when he was in the bed talking to her. Okay, so I'm just like, all right, Tisha. Well, he done already told you. You better not say no, And Maurice is just looking like God. And Kimmi knows something's up. Kimmi knows something up. And Maurice thinks he's so slick, and he's basically telling her what he wants. He acting like he got all this. Like, these guys are killing me. They're acting like they got that stamina. They don't look like they got the stamina. I don't know what they're talking about. They're just too overweight to have the stamina, in my opinion, to blow your back out, because they're gonna be out of breath because they don't eat healthy. They don't work out, and they're not young men. Okay, and they're not in their 30s, right? If they was in their 30s, I would say they still have stamina, but they're in their 40s. I think that stamina kind of wind down, in my opinion. I'm just talking mess. So in any event, we got Tisha. She goes to see the doctor. The doctor done gave her a reality check, let her know that she's crazy, fugazi, and what woman is going to let their man go on vacation for a whole month, and then when they have a confrontation or talk about it, you going to give them and take his excuses like, girl, you his child, his kid, like, so you had to stay home. And she was like, I had to do so much. He needed me to do this. He needed you to do everything, baby. But yeah, he didn't take you with him. He couldn't take you the last 2 weeks of the month. He couldn't do that. Like, come on. And the doctor said, I can't believe you let him do this. It's a codependent relationship, and he's codependent on you to take all his shit and eat his shit every day, 7 days a week, and for you to say, oh, it tastes good, and put some salt and pepper on it and say, okay, Marceau, it's good. Oh, even though you're not happy, even though you want more. And then Tisha said, well, we're working on it. He is saying that he's going to support me, and he's trying to work on these things, and we're trying to have, a better marriage and things of that nature. And she was like, so did you ask him when he's going to do this? She was like, well, he's taking slow steps. I don't know when he's going to do it, but time would tell. And the doctor said, time would tell? What you mean time would tell? So you're going to give up your whole life, waste your whole life? There's no even time limit on that. That's infinity. That's infant, that's all the way. Like, it could be the end of time. Like, girl, like, you don't have no backbone. He's trying to get her a backbone. And Tisha's kind of like working on herself and thinking this and that. But he's like, girl, what is wrong with you? And doctors don't usually come out there and say things like that. But he really feels like Tisha was pitiful in her thinking and in her behavior. And she's basically subjecting herself to things that she don't want, she don't like, and she doesn't know how to defend herself. She don't know how to speak up for herself, and she doesn't like confrontation, even if she thinks it's wrong and it's not right. But so Marsau said, do it, so I'm going to do it, because and so the doctor's telling, and this is a male doctor, not even a female doctor. You know what I mean? So he knows that something ain't right. Something just ain't right. He was like, what? He was like, this trip was planned. She was like, oh, well, it was at the last minute. He felt, no. He had to put all this together that he was going to Africa. This is not a simple trip, girl. And he's trying to get into her head like, girl, he just lied to you and played you and said it was a last minute trip. It was already planned. And, I was just like, girl, like, this is bad. But in any event, yes, he went to Africa without her. I want you to go somewhere for a month. He will have you replaced. There will be somebody sleeping in your bed, and Wanda will be beating on their door and busting out the windows. Okay? So, I was just like, this was sad. This was sad. The doctor was like, Lord, Jesus. So Martell talks to his mom, they're having wine, and the mom agrees with the uncle. I would be upset too if you don't say her name. And Martell basically says, what are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. He shouldn't act like this and that. There's a time and a place, blah, blah. I was like, Martell, you got a nerve to tell somebody how to act and behave, and there's a time and a place. Whenever you feel like getting ignorant and showing up, that's what you would do, okay? That it don't matter. You was ready to beat your uncle up, okay? So in any event, he says he's having another event, and this time it's going to be close, intimate family and friends. And he's going to have his Uncle Sam there and have him speak, and people, cherish, the moment, of their grandmother's legacy and things of that nature. His mama said, Sam don't be playing about his mama. And he goes, well, I've been calling him and he won't pick up the phone because you was ignorant. You was an ignorant little thing out there chasing that man down. He could have had a heart attack. You out there trying to ruffle him up and trying to fight with him just because he called you out. This man is a mess, y'all. I bet the uncle doesn't come to another event. Hey, what's up, the real songstress? How you doing? I keep telling Tisha is on that same level as Coleslaw. Point blank. Dr. Francis tells it like it is. That couple's trip will be interesting to bring out everything. Yes, girl. Big Lou owns a gym. Oh, I can't. What is he was so? But Miss T question. But Big Lou wants all this, physical time with Tiffany, right? He wants all this good time with Tiffany. Is he on top? Could he be on top, or does she always have to be on top? Or you know what I mean? Because he's really, that's a lot of weight. So is it the reason? Is one of the reasons why she's like, because she has to put in all the work, or she has to get into a certain position because of him? I don't know. I'm just guessing. I know she don't want to be with him because she don't want to, have intercourse with him because she don't like his ass unless there's something mentally going on. Because sometimes with women, there could be something that are going on in our mind, and then sex is just like another thing. It's like something foreign because we're so concentrated, so focused on whatever it is that is, got our whole mind, got us all wrapped up, or we don't even, our body don't even desire sex. And sometimes you want to feel sexy. Sometimes you want to, feel teased. And sometimes like you have to be in that mindset. But if you are totally stressed out and overwhelmed, it's very hard to be in that mindset sometimes for women, especially if you're very career minded. But also if your husband does something or say something that is so offensive that you don't know, all of a sudden you just don't want to have sex with your husband. It could be something that he said or did, or also sometimes when you are with your husband or partner, and maybe a sexual experience that you have with him, sometimes it could trigger something else, because maybe they said something, maybe they wore the same cologne, the same, maybe they said the same words, maybe they did put you in a position that, made you think of something else. So sometimes there could be a lot of reasons why a woman don't want to have sex. But in my opinion, I think Tiffany just don't like Lou. Big Lou may just not be good at it. I can't. I can't. You just caught me off guard because I didn't think he was gonna say that. Tiffany is a small woman herself. She could probably take a few minutes with him on top. I can't. She isn't a small woman. She could probably take a few minutes on top. Miss T, like, what's going on? Lord have mercy. Too funny, too funny. Furious Martell does not need to drink alcohol. Marceau was right about one thing. Mel was definitely the brains behind the Holtz. There you go. That was just too funny. He just might not be good at it. Martell has not changed still. And next episode, Martell just shows up with the children at her speaking event, which he was not invited. This is how she filmed with him. Martell has not changed. He ain't gonna change. But I think they're in a better place. I think they're in a better place. Danielle Davis' teacher is definitely depressed. She told the doctor how she cried in the mirror. Marceau, talking her down through it. Yeah. Oh yeah, when Tisha basically was saying that when the doctor asked her, hey Yolanda, when the doctor asked, Tisha, like, did you do this mirror exercise? She goes, yeah, I did this mirror exercise, and I cried, and I was going all in, and I was taking it all in, and I was just screaming, and I just couldn't stop. He was like, girl, I didn't say that deep now. She said, but I really wanted to do it. So she was releasing, she was letting go, she was letting things out, her frustration, and at the mirror, because there's some things that she's probably not happy with when it comes to Marceau. That, of course, there's things that she's not happy with. She's not happy how he treats her, how he talks to her, and then she pretends like she is happy to keep him happy, and she doesn't like confrontation, and then and she also wants to keep up this image and then keep this business going, and she wants to always have that upper thing where as married to the rest of her family and everybody's getting divorced, people on the show having trouble with their marriage. Her and Marceau both said on different episodes, but Marceau said it tonight, that we don't want to be like they don't want have them problems like everybody else has, so yeah, it's one of them situations. So then we get to, on Kimmi. Kimmi was like, everything was so good. Everything was so okay. The trip was wonderful. The guys had a great time. The trip was way better than it was last season. Girl, you try not to cry because the linebacker done had your man. As pretty as you are, as beautiful as you are, you got Mel and you got what's her name out here saying a whole lot, or have said it in the past, and then you have Martell saying a whole bunch of things that you don't even want to be around Martell. So in any event, she was just so happy to say that. She couldn't say that to anybody else, you know what I mean? She said it to Mel, because basically, Mel, please leave my marriage alone. Mel, please don't bring up things about Maurice. If you don't want her to say anything about Maurice, I wouldn't even brought him up on the trip. I was like, the trip went fine, girl. In any event, Maurice told me that Martell's wedding planner is Martell's manager is Melanika, and left it as that. But she wanted to try to convince her. She's trying to convince Mel, because she feels like if she can convince Mel that Maurice is, A1 okay, A1, that she can believe it. And also, she doesn't want to talk about it because she's gonna look stupid and it's gonna hurt. And he never really addressed her. He never really apologized for what he did. And then to turn around to go do it again, I would have, if as hurt as she was, he didn't even address Marceau like he was supposed to. Maurice cowered down when he posted that picture and everything. And then, like, you know what, this is a show, but you can fly your wife out. You didn't want to. You don't care about her feelings. You just want her to, be in business with you, stop doing her nursing career, be a part of your business, make that money, and then, cater to your son, Monster, and his mother, while you go out and do whatever the hell you want to do. But in any event, Kimmi said, okay, we say okay. So Kimmi basically, she meets up with, on Mel, and then she was like, oh, so it was so nice, blah blah blah. And she was like, Mel was like, so girl, nothing triggers you, you okay with this, everything's all good. And she was like, yeah. Oh, I forgot this part. Martell let us know that there's somebody else that he loved more than himself. And that was, his grandmother, because he said that there was recruiters at the high school to recruit for the NFL. There was NFL recruiters there at his school. I don't know if it was high school or college, either one, either or. So it has to be college because it was the NFL. So he said the NFL was up at his school and everything. When his grandmother died, he was like, he was going through so much pain that he didn't even try out. And Martell would try out and show his skills and everything. He's full of himself. So he must have really loved his grandma, because he said he turned down or not participated in the NFL. I don't know if that was cap, but that's what he said. So I don't know if he was telling the truth or lying, or he just knew he was not good enough. Okay, I don't know. But in any event, so we got that situation, and Kimmi's basically saying, oh, the trip went so much better this time than the first time, because the first time was bad, girl, trying to make it all. And so then, Kimmi brings up Martell, his brother, his uncle being upset. And then when it comes to Mel knew right off the bat. She was like, oh, you must be talking about Uncle Sam. You must be talking about Sam, because that's the only person that would get upset and be pissed like that. You must be talking about Sam. See how Mel just knew her husband, unless production told her. But she was like, oh, you talking about Sam. You talking about Sam. I was like, see, he messed up. She knew everything about that man, y'all. And so in any event, she was like, yeah, that happened, blah blah blah. And so Mel is asking her, like, girl, like, what's going on? Like you don't feel no type of way about your husband going out with Martell on a trip? Like, you know what I mean? And she was like, well, if I can't trust my husband to go on a trip, then we must be in a bad place. But she was like, it's the company that he's keeping, and what went down. And so you cool with that? You just gonna let it ride? They could just do that to you? Oh no, wouldn't have been. I would have been attached to your ass. You know what I mean? We would have been attached. I would have been coming along too. Oh, Martell, you're not taking my husband. No way, I'm coming too. Just because I don't want no ish, no dush, no nothing, especially with the camera production and Martell telling stories and fibbing and telling tales and telling the truth and telling everything else. When he feel like he won't be pissed, I'll be right up there. I'll be next door. We would have rent a mansion. Just because it's gonna come out. So whatever that is, little bit. But in any event, but he didn't think anything of her feelings. It's like, oh, she better understand. Just like Marsau with Tisha, she better understand. I can go on this trip. But if the shoe was on the other feet, Marsau wouldn't want Tisha to go there, because Marsau said in a recent video that he uploaded to Instagram when it was on vacation, he goes, I would not put up with any of these rumors and allegations that my wife puts up with, because of that, I would have been gone. I would have been long gone. That's what he said. Okay. So in any event, so you got that situation. Kimmi and Mel are having this conversation, and Kimmi basically says Mel, she, just because she's going through that situation that she's going through, she thinks everybody's cheating. Kimmi, you don't even look like you believe what you're saying. You look like you are lost in what you're saying. You look like you hurt in what you're saying, because I know you ain't hurt for her. You know what I mean? But in any event, she doesn't look convincing. She looks hurt in what she's repeating and what she's saying, because she don't know if it's going to come back and smack her in the face. Okay. And then even though, your husband going to the strip club and everything, that's normal for guys to do, go to strip clubs and blah blah blah, or whatever the case. But when there are rumors and allegations somebody was pregnant, there's pictures, you got your brother-in-law posting up pictures like you were with your husband's with a quarterback, and then on top of that he still goes to the strip club. Okay, you say, okay, I'm not gonna have no say in it, okay, just go. But then on top of that he's gonna go beyond and touch and feel and do everything else. No respect. No respect that you trusted him enough to go. So his hand should have been up in the air. He should have been like, nah, 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 nah. He should have been like that. But he wasn't. He was touching because you know what? He can come home and touch you and you ain't gonna do nothing. Okay. And so Mel's just looking at her like, girl, I used to be in that space. I'm not in that space no more. So Kimmi basically says, oh, no, she said if she don't trust her husband, they'll be in a bad place if she can't trust him to go on a trip. And Mel says, not that, is who he's going with. Okay. So you have that situation. And Kimmi just, she's going into one ear, out the other ear, and everything else. And then they start to talk about Melanika. Melanika basically called Mel on the three-way with Martell, and she basically told Mel that Martell is cheating. Martell's a cheater. She blasted him. She put all his business out there in the streets, and she did it on three-way. I guess she couldn't take it no more. And she basically said he's trying to get with my secretary, my assistant. Like, I can't not, go through with this wedding, not with this type of mess. And I don't know if that was really real or if she had feelings for him or she wanted to break up their marriage, because he was wrong, or did she want him? It could be all them things, or whatever the case. But it seems like they're friends now with Martell and Melanika. They've been friends since elementary school. But in any event, Mel had to get Melanika's mother-in-law to finish her wedding because Melanika quit 2 weeks before the wedding. That was an omen all day, every day, but it is what it is. So in any event, we have that situation. And Mel said, okay, so that's his manager. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Nothing you can do. It's like just throwing the tea, throwing the shade. Kimmi collect the information from her husband to go back and tell Mel because they know that's a storyline and also to get under her skin. But it seems like even though Martell is basically acting like a jerk in this, event that he's with for the kids or whatever, and Mel, and he's looking at Mel and staring at her, basically he wanted back in a long time ago. He won back in so bad he don't know what to do. He's just staring at her. Look at Mel coming through. All black, sexy, chocolate, intelligent, smart, business minded. She soared to the top when she dropped a dead weight. Okay. she wanted she was telling the truth and she wanted him. Okay, Miss T. Mel knows Martell and Destiny are friends. Martell doesn't want Destiny, so he waiting to see who husband she's going to sneak with. Ooh, baby, see float. That's crazy. So the phone line, if you guys want to call in, the phone line's open. Let me put the banner up on the screen. And also you can drop, hey Rashida Libra girl, what's going on? How you doing? So if you guys want to call in, the phone lines is open. You can tell me your thoughts on tonight's episode, what you thought about it, what you think. Martell's been cheating since God knows when, since the beginning, you know. Kimmi just wants to get through filming scenes. You know she do. She was telling the truth that she wanted him. That's true. He does. He does straight up. So, all right, guys, on my other channel, we're going to be talking about baddies South. I'm going to call it a night because my allergies are starting to act up. And at least I got through much of this video without my allergies going crazy. Right now, my eyes are watering so bad. I feel like somebody done poured a bucket of water on my face, y'all. But thank you, guys. Oh, thank you so much, Rashida Libra. Thank you guys for coming through. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples, peep squad is in the building. Once these allergies like calm down, I'm able to like talk without coughing or sneezing and everything. There's so much I have lined up, but every time I turn around, I be like, oh, like these allergies are whooping my ass. I think I have to move. I have too many trees. It's like, who doesn't want to live around trees and grass? Like I have 4 trees in the front, 5 trees in the back, and then trees everywhere. Like who doesn't want to live around trees? But baby, when the summertime comes, your girl be going through it. And I've been trying so many different things and going to the doctor. So I got another specialist I'm going to go to see what he's going to recommend. It's just like, I just be thinking they just be taking my money and looking at me like, oh, we can't help you, but we'll take your money and we ain't going to do nothing for you. Thank you so much, Furious. Okay, much love. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow for Real Housewives of Atlanta, and maybe Sunday, early we could do Bad Girls. Bad Girls on my other channel, Baddies Atlanta. But I still gotta watch Love and Marriage DC because I seen that they getting a little raunchy over there. Love and Marriage DC, they getting a little raunchy. They starting to tell the business. They starting to get deep. I seen the 2 episodes. I gotta see the last one, so we got to talk about that. And Bobby Brown, my allergies was really bad, so we got to talk about Bobby. But Bobby Brown's show is pretty, being Bobby, every little step I take with Bobby Brown, it's not that bad. It's just the way that A&E lays out the show. If you don't catch it live, it's like you only get 20 minutes of it, and the episode's really 45 minutes, so then they break it up, blah blah blah. So we're gonna talk about that hopefully next week. I go see doctor and I get something to help me with this because baby, I was surprised I was able to talk without coughing, y'all. Okay, much love, good night, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love and blessings. Nobody called in. I was still here. I was trying to hear your voices. But good night and much love. God bless each and every one of y'all. We got to stay woke. We got to stay protected. And then also, like, yo, we women need to go on strike. Like the women that are against the Supreme Court overturning, us having the right to choose. What about if we all just go on strike and not do our duties? What would y'all do? Even the ones that are married to the Supreme Court justices. Ugh. And Martha Stewart came out and she was swinging on Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas was out here swinging. All these other, people are saying crazy stuff. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Robin, and I'm calling from Hamilton, New Jersey.
Hamilton, New Jersey. How you doing, Robin? What's your thoughts on tonight's episode?
Tonight's episode, let me cut my iPad down so I can hear you, sweetheart.
No problem.
You was talking about tonight's episode?
Yeah. Why'd you call in?
I called. I apologize, honey. I heard your voice and I got shook, sugar. I heard you talking about the Supreme Court and how they overturned the thing and the judges up there. Them judges ain't never had nothing come out the head of their penis but piss and sperm. And they would not survive a broken fingernail, a broken toe. They would not survive that. And mentally, the stuff that us women go through. And you used to tell me that I could be raped or incest is going on in my home and I can't get an abortion. I mean, yeah, I might be paralyzed and in a wheelchair, But I would love to just get on my iPad and blast all these men that think they know what go on with women's bodies. I just don't understand it. Talk to me, sugar.
Right now, like, this is a time where I don't. To me, Donald Trump put all them Supreme Court justices in there, so the door was left open, and he knew that the people, he put the people in that had the same type of belief he had, and also put them people in, the Christians and Angelico and all them other people that support him, and they have that belief, Texas and all of that. So he basically put them type of people as Supreme Court judges, and so now they have enough right where they can now turn, overturn these cases, because now it's not a majority of well-rounded people. These are people with an agenda, that the agenda is paid by the people that give them money, lobbyists and companies and churches and all these big old places. So now you got these new Supreme Court justices that was put in by Trump, and now they want to overturn everything. They want to go back to separate but equal. They want to go back to separate but equal in schools. As far as desegregation in schools, they want to go back to that. They want to get rid of gay marriages. They want to control contraception, which one you use, what type of birth control you use. So people say, oh well, you better use protection birth control pills, you better do this, but they're putting regulations on that. There's a few states that where you can still go and have your procedure done, but in some states it's outlaw. So you would have to go to places like California, Rhode Island, New York, and all these other places. So if you live in these states where they put a ban on abortions, you got to travel somewhere else to go get it. And then yep, go ahead.
You have to end up down a back alley at night, at midnight, and somebody with a gun in their pocket to protect you from getting an abortion. This is going to be some back alley.
Well, it ain't gonna stop now, because now they had this done. They're gonna overturn other things now. They have the power, and this is the thing. This is the thing that really bothered me, because when Donald Trump, when he gave his state of address, when he was going back and forth with Biden for the second term, Donald Trump said, oh, don't get mad at me. We could take it up with the Supreme Court, because get mad at Obama because he left all these chairs open for the Supreme Court justice. So when Donald Trump got in, he filled all them seats, and Obama could have filled some of them seats, and he didn't. He was
I know one thing. He was trying to fill some seats, but then again, you got them white Republicans that got some that did not speak to Obama for the 8 years he was in there.
Yep.
You had some Republicans that would not walk his way, wouldn't look his way, but they looked at Michelle's ass. They did do that, but they wouldn't speak to the president. And so all of this mess that's just going on, that's why I call him Bunker Boy. Because as soon as stuff started going down, he running and retreating. They put him down in the bunker. So I don't even call him by his name. I gave him the name Bunker Boy. So if you want to be secretive about it and think somebody is, listening on your phone, the code name is Bunker Boy. Okay. Everybody know who that would be. That's Bunker Boy. And so he got his millions running around here. I'm watching that thing with the courts, the investigation. It is heartless how they went after this 80-something-year-old grandmother and ran up in her house and wanted to conduct a citizen's arrest because they're looking for her daughter and her granddaughter. He did some ruthless shit. And if I had a sawed-off shotgun...
Okay, you can't say that. You can't say that, girl. Girl, you can't say that.
I'm going to keep my mouth closed because I don't want to get in trouble.
Girl, you can't say that.
Wheeling my ass out in a wheelchair with handcuffs on.
You think they girl. All right, but so wait, what's your name and where you calling from again?
My name is Robin, and I'm calling from Hamilton, New Jersey.
Okay, thank you, Robin. And what you can do, you have your iPad, find out who the legismen, the congressmen, the councilmen, and send them letters, but don't send them no threatening letters, or see if you can start, people to basically sign a petition to go against this judgment, because you can do things to be a part of things. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't know that, so I can find out. But some people were saying that it starts at the lower level.
Yes.
So, but these petitions have to go to the judges, or who's over top of those judges?
Nobody. That's the Supreme Court, the highest court.
To tell me. And so, even if the petitions went through, say there was 10 million signatures to overturn this, those signatures go right back to the ones who overturned it the first time?
I'm not sure about that because I didn't even know 10 million people signed a petition to overturn the case. And if they sign, I believe the petition might not have been sufficient, might not have been real.
No, I'm saying if all the women got together and signed a petition to reverse this thing back to protect us women, do those petitions, because I'm not educated when it comes to senators, judges, I just know all the wrong shit they do. Do those petitions go back to the Supreme judges?
No. What you do is when you sign the petitions, you send them to the people that are in your state, your town, and your city, and the same other people do the same thing, and you send it around to show that you're part of this party, and either Democrat or Republican or independent, and basically say this is what we want, because with the ruling of not having the right to choose, it's up to every city and state to basically enforce what the Supreme Court said by overturning your right to choose. And your state, your city, and your town, and the people that are running, they have a right. They make the decision whether they want to rebuke it or they want to bring it into their city and town and state. There's already about like maybe 8 states that are with the Supreme Court, and then there's a few, and there's like maybe 11 states that are pro-choice, and they're going to be safe haven for women to go. But some women can't travel. Some people don't even have money to even pay for the procedure. Now they got to get a plane ticket and go somewhere else if they actually live in a state where it's illegal.
Yeah, and that's the sad thing about it. You got young kids that are living in homes where sexual abuse is going on rampant. You got foster care with kids that's supposed to be protected that being sexually abused. And here these kids, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, and if this happens to them, what are they supposed to do? And this is what I can't wrap my head around.
They don't care. They want you to have the baby and give it up. And so basically that's going to create more, impoverished people, because who's going to take care of all these kids? They keep laying off people. You can't really find decent people to work with these kids. And when you end foster care and you end, these foster home and group homes, there's a lot of things that, go on that are not good. So you have to give, so basically you're going to put more kids on the system that you don't even care about now, that you don't even take care of. But the word is on the street is the reason why this is happening. Furious said it earlier. It's because there are so many, women that are of Caucasian persuasion that are getting these procedures, and they want to stop it because it's killing their race. This is the alleged rumor, because I did go search, and in 2019, Caucasian women had triple, double the amount of procedures compared to black women were next, and then Hispanic was next, and then all others. So, this is what
they're trying to recreate their race.
This is what the conspiracy theories people are saying.
So they don't want these white folks getting abortions. They want to keep creating white folks.
Yes, because they're not the majority anymore.
Right. Because you see, a lot of Caucasians have mixed babies with our men. And they're almost left behind. They're almost non-existent.
But you also, you got to think about Caucasian males. They have a lot of babies with Asian women too.
Right. So it's either Asian, Caucasian, African American, Brazil, African American, Caucasian, Hispanics. It's all mixed up like a gumbo pot. And so if you line them all up, you might got about 10,000 pure white folks out of 50,000 mixed people, and so it looked like their race is disappearing.
Yes.
So
and whenever their race disappears, they add another race, because at one point, to be considered Caucasian or could be considered pristine, white, you had to be Anglo-Saxon. I'm saying it wrong, but that's the purest form. And then at one point in time, Italians were Italians, but they added Italians on to the white race, and now they are adding different types of Latinos to the white race too as well, to keep the numbers. And so
not just the numbers, but Latinos, they belong to African Americans.
Well, there's some of them that are Spanglo, and things like that. So, and then what the outside looks like. So, so in history, there has been things where the dominant society, as far as numbers, have added on other races to their race. And now it's getting to a point where, they allegedly, people are saying the reason why, they overturned the case, the ruling, is because they need to build up the Caucasian race.
That's sad. Well, I think what they should do, all those white folks up there in the Supreme Court and their cousins and aunts and aunts and all that, they should just go get them a factory and line up their cousins and marry them off to somebody and let them make babies and leave abortions and stuff to the people that really need it, if that's their fare. Or go clone them. They got all the money in the world. If you can clone a rat, you can clone a white man or a black man
Lord
or any kind of man.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. And if you do write your congressman or whatever, make sure you use correct wording, no threats, no nothing, because they'll come for you, okay?
Yeah, I know that, sugar. I was just saying that as a joke.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to look out for you. All right. God bless you, and thank you for calling, and call again.
I will, sugar. Enjoy your weekend. The rest of it, babe.
Thank you. Peace.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We just had a call. Washington, call back. Washington, if you're in the building, call back. But so, yeah, we went down that road. So the phone lines are open if anybody else want to call in and got anything else to say about, basically what's going on, what's happening, what's going on. So we shall see next episode, and Tiffany's going to be acting. Okay, here we go. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from. Hello? Okay, so I don't know. So in any event, Thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples, peep squad is in the building, baby. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Y'all stay woke, y'all stay protected, y'all stay up, y'all stay healthy, y'all stay strong, y'all stay encouraged. Peace and love.